podcast, So Sweet Violet. My name's Jooles, and this is my podcast all about mostly knitting and sewing and my crafty life, really. Yes, I'm back, and it's only been 2 weeks. I'm impressed with myself. I may sound a bit coldy. I think last time I mentioned that I had a sore throat, and that kind of developed into some weird coldy bug. So yeah, I'm still suffering a little bit, but not too bad at all now. What do I need to say? You can find me as So Sweet Violet everywhere that I am, if that makes sense. So on Ravelry, where we have a podcast group. So please come and say hi and join in the fun over there. You can find me on Instagram, where I post most days, I guess. And also, Instagram is a good place if you want to find out about my shop updates and things, because that's where I'll announce it. You can also find my blog, So Sweet Violet, where I post the show notes for these podcasts. And you can find me on Etsy, where I sell project bags, and I've just sold some lovely advent calendars and stitch markers. And I'm going to be selling something exciting, which if you follow me on Instagram, you may have seen on the last few days. So anyway, I hope you've all had a lovely 2 weeks. It's turned really autumny here now, which is lovely. As I look out of my window, the front of our house is here, and we have like a little car park where we park our cars. Wow, I've just noticed my eyes look really tired. I had to get the I had to get the lighting right to show the colours the best they could, and I think that's made my appearance quite shadowy, so I may look a bit haggard. Sorry about that. Not very flattering, but never mind. As I was saying, so we have a kind of little car park, and there's a window here, it's kind of so I can see some cars, and then there's just beautiful trees, and they're just all shades of yellow and brown and green at the moment. There's no other colours I can see, but they're going to be turning more kind of rosy and warm colours soon. And we did have some sunshine yesterday, but it's been dingy. I don't mind that at all. I know some people don't really like going into the darker nights, but I love it. It's really cosy. Candles on, knitting, hot chocolate, or a nighttime tea or something. I'm happy. So yeah, I'm loving the weather. A bit more sunshine would be nice, but okay, we'll take it as it comes. Let's have a quick drink before we get going. Coffee this morning. Lovely. My decaf coffee. Still on decaf, working really well. Coffee. See, I don't really think the colours are showing up that well, even after all my tweaking. Oh, come on. This is my little violet mug, which I trawled eBay for. I collect these baby mugs, I've mentioned lots of times, from Emma Bridgewater. And of course, I had to get a little violet mug. Oopsie, not holding things very straight today. It's so pretty. So anyway. Okay, so this is podcast number 21. That's quite exciting. I've broken into the 20s now. I do plan to do more podcasts. I have great high hopes to post every 2 weeks. Occasionally, like this time, I manage it, but I'm really hoping to be able to keep on that track as we go on. So fingers crossed. Today is October the 26th, and it's a Thursday. So this probably won't be up till tomorrow at the earliest, which will be Friday. Yep. So shall we get on to some knitting? Finished things. Okay, first up, I showed last week my Clark socks, and they are finished. I'm thrilled with these socks. I was a bit scared. Let me give you a little close up. I have to admit, I was a bit scared of the cable work because there's a big cable down the front and it's quite hard to see, but there's a little cable down the back here as well, which is beautiful. I'll show that in more detail in a minute. But this pattern is so well written, and it's by Jacqueline Salem, who hosts the Brooklyn Knit Folk podcast. I nearly forgot then. And I love the way it's written. I did them as per instructions, cuff down, which is quite unusual for me. The pattern included a short row heel, but I substituted that for a fish lips kiss heel. So I guess I did change it a little bit, but everything else was exactly as written. Why I like this pattern so much is because when you get to the cables, you knit so many stitches and you have these little ridges here as well on the front, which are gorgeous. So you knit so many stitches, including this pattern, and then she'll say slip marker, do your little cable bit, slip marker. So you always know if when you come to the cable bit and your slip marker doesn't correspond with the stitch, how many stitches you've got or where your pattern is, you know you've gone wrong. And I really love that kind of helpful tip. And not all patterns are written in so much detail, so I really, really appreciate that. And they look beautiful, and I actually think this may be possibly the second pair of socks I have knit without a mistake. I don't want to look too hard, but I think it's true. There's generally always something that is a mistake. But how pretty are they? And don't you love this yarn? Oh, this colour is so beautiful. It's possibly a little bit warmer in real life, but it's only fractionally off the colour on the screen, which is good for me. What's happening to my hair? It's gone crazy. So the yarn was from my lovely friend, my sparkly princess friend Amy, who is the little tailoress, and it's her Gatsby colourway. How pretty is that? It's just gorgeous, such beautiful colours. It has this soft, almost like duck egg blue with cinnamon and ginger and teal and soft beige and gold sparkle. Oh, I love gold sparkle at the moment. It feels very perfect for this season, actually. You can possibly see the little sparkle. Oh, yes, I think you can pick it up there. And it came actually as a set with this colour, which I believe is cinnamon. Amy did 2 different sock sets, one with cinnamon and one with ginger, but I think this is a cinnamon colourway, and they go so beautifully together. Amy's so good with her colours. Ah, I love them. So that's what I did the toes and the heels with. I knit these on 2.5 because I've been having some issues with my attention again. But actually I think it's when I do the fish lips kiss heel. I think I might have spoken about this last time. So I've made an adjustment to a different sock, which I'm trying out to see if that helps. But I knit these 2.5, and I'll show you the other one so I can show you the cables a bit better. So this is the cable that runs down the front. How beautiful is that cable? Oops, gosh, I do find this hard. So that's the front cable, and this is the cable on the back, which is much smaller. I'll put my hand in so you can see. I'm going to take my bunny ring off because it catches a bit. That's the cable on the back, which is such a lovely detail. And and the cable on the front. Oh, it's so gorgeous. Oh no, I've just spotted a mistake. You see here, between the rib and the start of the sock, oh no, this garter stitch line should continue. Let me see. And it doesn't. Oh well. Nearly without a mistake. Oh, it just always happens, but who's going to notice? I don't mind. So they are my Gatsby socks, and all the details of these can be found on my Ravelry project page. Okay, let me have a quick drink of coffee. I've got a little puppy sleeping. I have a sofa over here, you can't see it. And Bryony's going to be moving out quite soon. And I said she could have the sofa, her and her boyfriend could have the sofa, because I really want to get a nice cutting table and packaging area just to streamline my business a bit more. And so I don't know where Mabel's going to sleep. I think I'm going to buy her a nice cosy bed to go underneath the table, but we'll have to figure that out. But I'm really excited about having my own packaging area, because at the moment my supplies are quite scattered in different places and I have to package in the kitchen, which is no big deal, but I generally package at the weekend when everyone's around and I need lots of space and I need a lot of quiet, which doesn't happen at the weekend here, not generally anyway. Right, I thought when I was about a week ago, I was thinking about when I was going to podcast next and scheduling it in. I thought, I'm just not going to have anything to talk about because I've been working hard and I've had a cold, but actually I did get quite a lot of knitting in. So my next finished project is, I think, so adorable, and it's for a special friend of mine, and she's about to have a baby, and we know it's a girl. See, I can't really keep this secret because I want to show you on my podcast. So she'll probably watch this, if she watches, which I think she will, and guess. But I don't mind too much because I think she'll love it. So she's about to have a little girl in a few weeks' time, and I wanted to make something special because I haven't known this particular friend that long, but she has made her way deeply into my heart. She's such a lovely, lovely, kind lady, and she's sentimental, and she's so appreciative of like handmade things, and oh, she's just lovely. So anyway, I haven't got a baby, unfortunately, to model this. So it's on a bowl. Oh, it's so cute. I made a little dough cap. Oh, how sweet is that? I've not washed it yet, so it hasn't been blocked or anything, so it's a bit lumpy bumpy. So I only finished it last night. And I love it so much. Let me give you a little close-up of the ears. The pattern... Oh, how... This is tricky. Okay, let's try this. So I lined the ears with Liberty, and the pattern doesn't call for that at all, but you know me, if I have a project and I can sneak a bit of Liberty in, I jolly well will. It was quite, well, the cap, it's called a cap. I call it a bonnet actually. But the cap was really easy to make. And then I learned how to do, I think I knew how to do an I-cord. But then under here, let me take it off. Let me take off the baby bowl. Perfect colour, isn't it? So you make an I-cord, so you start this end and you I-cord away and you get to 12 inches, I think, and then you start attaching the I-cord to the cap. It's not terribly neat because it's the first time I've done it. So then you attach it all the way around, and then you do another 12 inches this end, and you just finish off and tie a little knot. So that was exciting to learn that, because I'm going to need that technique for my blankets, I think. Now the ears I did find fiddly, because the hat is mostly knit on a circular, which I'm fine with, until you get to the very top of the crown, and then you have to use DPNs, which I struggle with DPNs. And then you have to knit the ears with DPNs. I had needles falling out, stitches coming off. Yes, they were tricky. But anyway, they turned out beautifully, I think. And I just love the lining. Ah, cute. So this, gosh, I thought I just dipped the tie in my coffee. I didn't, thank goodness. So this is going to be for a sweet little baby girl. Oh, I love babies. So the pattern I took from my Making issue 2, which is Fauna book. So there's the pattern. Look at that little girl. She's so sweet. So that's the dough cap by Jenny Gordy, and I made the smallest size, and I followed the needle size and everything. This is the yarn I used, which actually looks a little bit green on here, but it's a nice kind of dough colour. Please excuse my nails, they're dreadful. And it is Drops Cotton Merino in colour 3, which is just called beige. There we go. And the pattern actually called for two, what did it call for? I think 2 50-gram balls. No, I think it did call for one. I don't know why I bought 2, but I bought 2. And I still have this much left of the first one, which is probably, I see there's probably 15 to 20 grams there. So it's a good pattern if you only have one odd ball or skein of yarn. So yes, so I loved making that, and I have the yarn to make another one should there be another baby. And I must show you this. I housed it while I was making it in my amazing, oops, show you this way, in my amazing little sparkly Tayloress project bag. It's so pretty. Everything Amy touches is magical. So let's pop that in there and have a quick tidy up. Quick cup of coffee, sip of coffee. It's been quite busy around here. Not busy physically, but busy mentally. As you know, Bryony is in the process of buying a house, well, a flat actually, but a new home with her boyfriend. So that comes with quite a lot of stress. I don't know if stress is quite the right word, but it uses a lot of my mental space up. I don't have much space in there anyway. And George, my son, he's been having a bad old time with work recently, and anyway, don't really want to get into that, but it's been upsetting. And he's now got a new job, and he starts in, I think, about 10 days' time. And it sounds really exciting, but it's been a worry, and it's been scary for him and for us. And I'm just glad that he will be appreciated and respected. And I just hope he's really happy where he's going. So, yeah, there's been a lot on our minds lately. And yeah, I think with this cold and all my things I've been thinking about, I've got a lot of knitting done, which is good, isn't it? It's my therapy, so it gets me through. In the making. Okay, where to start? I'm going to start with my door. I've got quite a lot of knitting done on my door sweater. Let me show you the right way around. Here we go, look. Whoa! So I think I've probably got, because the front's shorter, so I think I've probably got this much, was probably, I don't know, 7 inches? No. Oh well, I'm not very good at measurements. But it's going to be pretty. Oh, I've not done that before. Curls up a lot, so it's going to be nice. Love the colour. I love everything about this project. It's beautiful and always makes me feel so happy when I'm knitting on it, because I think of my lovely friend Antonella, whose yarn I'm using. I wound up 2 new skeins of this lovely yarn, which is strawberry wine. So I've used 2 already, and this is my next 2 because I'm alternating. So I've got all of this and not a huge amount, 2 sleeves and the rest of the body. So I'm going to have plenty of yarn. Shouldn't say that, but I think I am. I've been knitting it for quite a while. I can't remember when I started, but it'll be on my Ravelry page if you're interested. But I think because it's fingering weight and we're going obviously into a colder season, that I don't feel in so much of a rush, but I do want to get it done because it's going to be beautiful. Just look at that lovely, lovely variegated yarn. And it's got, oh, I nearly caught it on my bunny unicorn. But it's lovely colours. It's pink, a little kind of violet and peach, and oh, delicious. I think I showed a picture of it last time on my podcast, so I won't do that again this time. But anyway, I'm loving it. Love Antonella's yarn. It's beautiful. If you have a chance to grab yourself some, do. She's busy moving at the moment, so I'm not sure. I don't think... Well, she may have some in her shop. I think she may have a few. But I don't think she'll be dying for a little while, so really grab it if you can, because it's beautiful. Her colours are perfection. So that's my door. Okay, I have a kind of another half finished object, and that is, be careful here, what you see is quite tidy. What you don't see is the pits. This room is exploding. Here is number 1 of my sandy sock. How pretty. Oh, I still love striping yarns. I'm just never going to tire of self-striping yarns. This yarn was gifted to me by my lovely friend Sandy, who is Sandy by the Lakeside, who is, I'm sure you all watch her podcast, but if you don't, she is lovely, adorable, and oopsie, the things she makes and the colours she uses are gorgeous. So the yarn is themed on Beauty and the Beast, and it's called Be Our Guest. It's being washed out. It's much more vibrant. I don't know if it looks... Yeah, it's much more vibrant than it's showing up. But I absolutely love it, and it's a scrumptious pearl self-striping. Oh my goodness, scrumptious pearl. I follow them on Instagram, and they showed a colour that I nearly died when I saw it, and I wish... I always put off buying things from the States, well, all over really, if it's not Europe, because of the import duties, but she brought out this beautiful colour called Bushel and a Peck, I think, or something similar. Oh my goodness, if it comes back in, I'm definitely snagging one of those. It's so beautiful. But anyway, this one came... This one came with a little contrasting mini, which I love. I love it when a self-striping comes with a contrast mini. It just makes doing the heel especially so much easier. So the second one is, look, I took it to the hairdressers yesterday. So I'm in the middle of a row because I had to be rinsed off, and you know, Can't knit while you're being rinsed off. So this is the second one, not far to go. Not much to go. So you might be finished this weekend, because I've finished a few things lately, so I really want to work on my blanket. So anyway, I'm knitting those on 2.5. Oh, I was going to tell you about the Fish Lips Kiss heel and how I find it a bit tight round this part here. This sock I did as I always do, but this sock I think I increased 2 stitches each side, like you would if you were knitting a gusset on a sock, and then did the Fish Lips Kiss heel. I haven't tried it on, to be fair, but I'm hoping that will make the difference that I need. So I'll report back next time if that has helped, because it may help some others. So that is my sandy socks. Bryony has been asking me to teach her to knit for ages. So with her busy work schedule and everything, we finally got around to it. Maybe, did I mention this on my last podcast? I'm not sure. Maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. And she's been knitting dishcloths just to kind of practice her knits and her purls. And we've progressed on. Ooh, that's the right pattern. We are both knitting together the Pearl Bee bandana cowl, and I think it was a free pattern, and this is how far. We do a row together so I can kind of just coax her along, although she's excellent and doesn't really need that much help now. So this is the beginning of my bandana cowl. Bryony's is a lovely, what would you call it? It's not really teal, pale turquoise I'd say, but it's lovely and soft. I'm using Malabrigo Chunky in Cactus Flower, and it's kettle dyed pure wool merino. Don't really know what kettle dyed is, but it's very pretty, and it's slightly tonal as well. It's very chunky, and it's nice to knit with something chunky because I don't think I ever have really. So that's exciting, and then knit on 12-inch circulars, I believe. 16-inch circulars. So yeah, that's really exciting, and I'm really happy that Bryony wants to knit, is knitting. Do I need to say anything else about that? I don't think so. This is in my lovely bag, my bee bag, that my lovely friend Antonella gave me quite a while ago now, but I love it. Okay, last time I didn't have time to show you my happy patchwork blanket, my normal sized one. I showed you my little one, which actually hasn't had that much work. Plans have changed and it hasn't had that much work on it. So I thought I'd catch you up with my big happy patchwork blanket. Hang on, I know I'm in the middle of a square, so I don't want to pull my yarn out. Where are you? Oh my goodness, where are you? Is that you? Is that you? Yes, that's you. Okay, I'm going to put the yarn there. Where's my... Now, it would have been good, wouldn't it, if I'd sorted this out before I podcast. But hey. Where is it? Okay, it's grown quite a lot, although I haven't done any too recently. But I've been labelling them so that when I show it on my podcast, you don't get I don't know what that one is. I've forgotten this one. So anyway, all the ones with labels I have added. This one I've labelled as Little Tailoress Lipstick and Lingerie. So my labels are proving very good because I think this is her pearl button colourway. Oh, yeah, so good. So that's Amy's pearl button. This one here was a lovely swap from my friend Leslie in Texas. This one is the lovely Caroline from Seaside Girl Knits. It's a Burrow and Saw in summer dress. It's such a pretty one. This one here is... Can't read my own writing, which is also a bit of a downside. But I think it's Berenvuller in Cranesbill. This pretty one is Peepaloo Fields in Magic Hat. And this one was gifted to me from my, lovely, lovely Rhonda, Birdie Butterfly. I hope this is not too boring for you. You have to tell me if you don't like this bit. This is another mini, I don't know what it is, from my friend Leslie in Texas. So that's that row. And I have this one, which I obviously don't know. This one, which is a Nora George yarn, lovely, lovely Tracy, which is called Lagoon. This one here is Pina Colada, and that was given to me by Bryony at Christmas. She's a sweetheart. This is a Nora George, so pretty this one, whoops. And it's called Whippy. This one here is Knox. This is the leftovers from my Knox socks, and I couldn't tell you what colour it is. It's beautiful. So that's Knox. Then we have another Knox. I think I might have put them all in a line, my leftovers. And then I think we have another Knox. Yep. Is that a Knox as well? No, that one isn't. So this is Knox. This is Knox, and this one is Hedgerow Yarns, and it's one of a kind. Is that it? I think that's it. I think that's all I've done. Oh, it's so pretty. I adore this. It's actually a bit more vibrant than you're seeing on the screen, I think. These are my centrefold squares, and I followed Danny's little improvised pattern. Danny, who is Little Bobbins, she has on her, be helpful if I looked at you when I spoke to you, sorry. on Danny's Ravelry project page, she has some instructions of how to do this, kind of instructions. So yes, my happy patchwork blanket, I love it. So I'm really excited to work a bit more on that because it's taken a back seat lately. I think that is everything that is in the making. Okay, next up is what I want to be making. So first of all, I'm really, really desperate to cast on the evergreen socks. In this colour just does not show up. It doesn't show up. No, it looks kind of grey on here, but it's such a beautiful avocado colour. It's much more vibrant and brighter. But I'm excited to cast those on, and this yarn has gold sparkle in it. I don't know if you can see. Oh, that colour's dreadful. If I hold it with something else. No, it doesn't help. Anyway, it's beautiful, take my word for it. And I'm going to be casting on the evergreen socks. I do not know who by. I will open a project page in Ravelry with the details. The second thing I'd really like to make is make myself a hat, because it's getting quite cold and I have got hats, but you know, new season, new hat. My inspiration is this little pom-pom. It's very pale, pinky peach, and it's so beautiful, and I just think it would look lovely on a hat. So we'll see what happens there. I do have some yarns that I could choose from, so I think I've got some Madeleine Tosh. So who knows, by next time there may be a hat cast on. The pom-pom actually is Wild and Wool. This is another one in here, but I got it from John Lewis, so I think they're quite easily available. Oh, it's a Rico Designs. So anyway, magical arrivals. Well, I've been a very lucky girl, and a lovely lady called Sherry contacted me. I follow her on Instagram anyway because her work is beautiful. And she contacted me and said, could she send me a little something? I'm not going to say no because her work's so beautiful. And she sent me this most gorgeous project bag. Look at that. Such amazing work. Do you know, I find it really hard to stay sitting down in podcasts. I don't know why that is. I hope it's not annoying that I keep standing up and sitting down. So here's the bag. Look at that bee. I'm going to see if I can get a close-up. Oh, how gorgeous is that? And this is a very pale pink linen. And that bee is incredible. A little flying line here. And some Z's over here. And this, I think it's Liberty, although I've never come across this print before. It's so pretty. But it feels like Liberty to me. And it's completely lined in Liberty. Oh, it's lovely. And on the back is a poem that she's embroidered. Can you believe that? And I think she wrote the poem as well. I think I remember that correctly. Look, it's so amazing. Sherry, you're amazing. So I just wanted to show this and to thank you so much, Sherry. I love it. There we go. It's so pretty. I love the drawstring as well. Beautiful stripy drawstring. If you do hear any squeaking, it's my knee on the cupboard, as always. Not to my bottom. I also treated myself to some yarn. I do not need it, as you can see. There. But I fell in love with this. I follow Claire, who is Bird Street UK, who makes gorgeous bags, project bags, and her husband, Mr. B, dyes yarn, which I think is so fun. And I saw on Claire's Instagram feed that Mr. B had just dyed this colour. Ah, that's so pretty. And this colour is called the Rainbow Fish. Well, I love the story, the Rainbow Fish, and I love these colours so much. So I had to have one of these. But as I was browsing on a shop, as you do, I came across this one too. And this is Everlasting Gobstopper, and it's such a beautiful mix of pinks and yellows and greens. It's warmer than it's looking on the screen, so sorry about that. Isn't it pretty? So there we go. Oh, so lovely. So they're treats for me. Destined to be socks, I think. Are they the same base? Yeah, they're the same base. 75% superwash merino and 25% nylon, and there's 425 metres. So they are stunning. So thank you, Mr. B. You are amazing. And they are both extra amazing because they sent a little something for a giveaway. So this is for you. There we go. So in here we have Mai Tai, Blue Himalayan, Strawberry Daiquiri, Long Island Iced Tea and Mojito. And some jelly beans. So, thank you so much, Claire and Mr. B. They are so beautiful, and I'm going to be giving these away. So, if you would like to be in with a chance of winning these, I'm going to open a thread on Ravelry, and my question will be, what is your favourite warming drink for this time of year? Obviously, really, forget that. So what is your favourite warming drink? And I will leave the post up until just before I podcast next time, which hopefully will be in 2 weeks, but we won't go there. And you could be in with a chance of winning these beauties. That's the wrong side. I'm sorry about the crinkles. Well, I say I'm sorry. I'm not sorry about the crinkles because crinkles mean exciting things normally. So there we go. So thank you again, and good luck to everybody. I hope you win. See, that's all my magical arrivals, I think. Let me just check my notes. Before we go any further, and as we are talking about giveaways, I drew from the giveaway on my last podcast, which was for a pattern from Abby, lovely Abby Morris, and the pattern is called, I get this wrong all the time, Up, Down and All Around Socks. And it's such a lovely pattern, and I'm going to be knitting these too. I think quite soon actually. So anyway, I asked what was your favourite autumn tradition, and I loved reading all of your comments. It was so nice, and I've got a few new ideas for autumn traditions for us as well. Yeah, and if you didn't enter but would like some kind of cosy things to do, go and read the thread for the giveaway, as it's so inspiring and so cosy making. All I want to do is have a hot chocolate and get my knitting and just sit down and read them all. So anyway, I asked Siri. I normally do a random number generator, but I was watching a lovely new podcast to me called Ina Knits, and it's a lovely lady from Norway. I'll put her link in my podcast notes so you can find her, but she has a lovely podcast and she's such a sweet, calm lady. So hi Ina. You probably don't ever watch this, but hi Ina if you do. And she used Siri to draw for her giveaway. So I thought that's such a good idea. So this morning I asked Siri, who can't pronounce my name, which is hilarious, to choose a number between 2 and 46. I can't remember. But anyway, he chose the number 12. So thank you, Siri. And the winner is Lisa, who is Coco Yorkie on Ravelry. And Lisa is from South Africa, so that's really exciting. I don't think I've ever had a winner from South Africa before. So well done, Lisa. You don't need to do anything. I'll get in touch with Abby and give her your Ravelry name, and she will send you the pattern over. So happy knitting. Thanks to everybody who entered. It's exciting. I seem to be having a giveaway every podcast. It's crazy. So please go along to Ravelry and enter for the new giveaway, the lovely Mr. B mini cocktails yarns, and I'll announce that next time. A bit of chat. Well, as usual, I've chatted quite a lot through my podcast, but I thought I'd show you my necklace. I love these necklaces. Now, how is it going to show up? How adorable is she? She's a bunny mermaid unicorn, of course. Oh, I love it so much. And I got it from I'm not quite sure how to say this, but I think it's Sweet Beastery or Bestiary on Etsy. And my other bunny necklace with the bunny head in the pocket with a heart on from there too. And I just love her things, they're so whimsical and sweet. So I'll try and remember to put a link in my podcast notes about that too. So I just wanted to show you that because I love it. Shop news. So I make myself giggle every time I say one of my titles. Anyway, shop news. Okay, I have some exciting things. I have lots of exciting things in the planning at the moment, but all the advents have now been posted out, and I think most of them have arrived as well, even in the States. So that's really exciting. I feel a little bit nervous, but I feel like I've sent out some happy into the world, which is a lovely feeling. So advents are done, and thank you so much if you purchased one. And I'm really sorry if you missed out, but I do have something exciting coming up. Not an advent, but a kit. I am having a shop update this Saturday, which is the 28th of October at 6 p.m. UK time. And in that update is something really exciting, something that I've been planning for quite a while, and I've been waiting for the postman so eagerly. Anyway, here we go. It's my very own enamel pin, and I absolutely adore it. The base metal is rose gold. It's looking quite grey on here, but it's much more vibrant than that. And it's got a lovely texture to it, and it's got a nice strong metal clutch. So as I find with the rubber ones, sometimes they do drop off your bag or whatever you've got it on. So these have got a metal clutch on the back, and it's so adorable. So you can see the size here. It's about 3 centimetres across and 2.5 deep. And I got them made by a British company, which I was very keen on doing that. So it's so exciting. I never thought I'd have an enamel pin. So basically it's my logo that I just redesigned a little bit, and instead of the words in the centre, So Sweet Violet, the little bee came down instead, which I think looks so cute. I don't know if you can see the texture of it from that, but it's a little bit raised. I love it so much, and I'm really, really thrilled. They did a lovely, lovely job, the company that I used, and I don't know, you never know, there could be more pins in So Sweet Violet's future. So I ordered quite a lot, and they will be going in my Etsy shop on this Saturday. So I'm so excited. And I've also got something else going in. Let me pin it on here. I've got some little progress keepers, which I'm in love with also. So this is a little jar of pink wishes, and it's just a little, they're very light actually, they're quite large. I think I'll measure it in a minute, but they're very light, and they've got little pink wishes inside. That's what I call them anyway. And they're with gold lobster claw and gold kind of findings. So that's the pink one. And I also have a little jar of golden wishes. They're so sweet. See, they're really light, they don't sort of pull or anything. And I love them so much. So they will also be in my shop this Saturday. Let me give them a quick measure for you. They're quite small. It's tricky. Maybe 18mm across. Cute, aren't they? So they'll be going in the shop this Saturday too. Now I have 2 other shop updates to announce, and that will be my last 2 before Christmas. I know that sounds crazy, doesn't it? So the shop update after this Saturday will be on the 11th of November. I've moved my updates to a Saturday because I think it suits more people. So that one will be Saturday the 11th of November, also at 6 p.m. UK time. And that will be for a really, really exciting kit. And I've been working with the lovely Karen, who is Twisted Limone and makes the most beautiful self-striping yarn. As you know, my addiction for self-striping yarn. And we have come up with a bag. Well, this obviously I came up with a bag. Let me put some yarn in there so you can see. So in the kit, you will receive a drawstring bag made by me. And as with my advent kits, it's not overly Christmas. It's just has a Christmas feel, I think, and it has lovely, I don't know if this is showing up, and I'm going to stand up yet again. It has gold linen. Let me see if I can, you see the gold sparkle? Very pretty. So it has gold linen. There's linen with kind of gold running through it. And the main fabric is a lovely Tilda fabric, which is in a plum and kind of soft dusty pink. And it's drawstring. And it has this really sweet metal bird charm, which I've attached with some gorgeous brown velvet ribbon. And we take the yarn bits out. And inside it has 2 pockets, which have a coordinating pattern on there. I don't know if you can see that. And my stamped logo. It's also got the little linen tab, and it will have the ring holder on there too, but I haven't got round to. I just have a pile of bag parts basically, so I've got a lot to do. That's why it's in a couple of weeks, or just over, about a couple of weeks I think. So you'll receive a bag, and then you'll receive a gorgeous gobstopper ball of yarn. And I haven't received them yet from Karen, so I'm going to pop a picture in here. And the colours are plum and dusky pink and gold and kind of a caramelly gold colour, and it's gold stellina as well, which is really lovely. I've named the yarn Little Bird's Party, as the bag is obviously bird themed, and I can just imagine a little bird going to a party in kind of a hooded cape made in those colours in kind of check fabric. It looks so cute. I can see it in my head. I wish I was an artist and I could draw. So yes, so the kit is going to be called Little Bird's Party, and it will also come with a set of a progress keeper and stitch markers and some little treats. So they'll be going into my shop at 6 p.m. on the 11th of November, which is a Saturday. I will be putting reminders up on Instagram, so that's the best place if you want to know dates and what's going on. Just follow me on Instagram, and possibly the best thing to do is turn on post notifications for me, which is, I do that for people when I want to follow them, when I just love them, and also when they do updates that I might want to catch. And then my very last update, I think, of 2017 will be the 25th of November, also a Saturday, at 6 p.m. UK time. Yep. And that will be for some more Christmassy bags. They'll be a little bit more Christmas themed than my other bags. There will possibly be some more exciting things, but for now, that is all I can share. So I think that's everything I had to say today. Let me just double check. I think it is. So I just want to say thank you. Thank you so much if you're one of those amazing, lovely people who watch all of my podcasts or watch me every now and again. I can't believe that you do, and I love it so much that you pop by. And also thank you and hello to all my new subscribers, because I know there's been quite a few lately. And I hope you enjoy my podcast. So, I better go. I have to tidy up my huge mess, have another coffee, and then I need to. I think I might edit my podcast, and then I have so much sewing work to do, which is lovely. And yeah, so see you all next time. Bye. Include such detailed kind of writings of that doesn't make any sense.